Howdy folks, how's it diddling? In this video I'm going to attempt to repair the front bumper off the MG using a plastic welding gun which I bought off eBay for less than £10. So it's kind of repair the bumper and also doing a bit of review to see what this thing's like. Here it is. So that's what I'll be using. eBay. I think it was £9 something. It was under £10. So yeah, come and join me as I make, hopefully not a hash of repairing it and save myself quite a bit of money. How much rust? All of it. So, this is where we're going to be repairing today. So we've got a split on the bottom here, which is quite sizable. Also got one the other side here. Again, quite sizable. And then, as for this, I don't, well, there's nothing to really fix here, but what the plan is to do is to pop to Looms' scrapyard again and find a 25, a Rover 25 or an MG, and cut probably this piece off, and then off a good bumper that's got the pieces here, and then join it back on, and probably do something with these, because that one's all right. It's meant to be. I've realised that this is actually meant to have an opening. This one clearly broken, so again I'll have to modify that one. And there's a big split here, so fortunately I've got to kind of peel this off in order to fix that. What we're going to be using is this. So this is a plastic welding gun, courtesy of a seller on eBay. Now, quite funny, if you see up the corner there, so I got this today, and it was broken. So I had a quick go at repairing it, because these pieces had actually broken off, two chunks here. As you can see, these are the bits that you get with them. You get, I think it's 4 styles, so you get this kind of V, which is for corners, this straight bit, and then this wiggly boy. I even had to repair underneath as well. And it works out really good. So it works good on this kind of plastic. So, and you get these little clippers, which are not bad, a Stanley knife, to be able to trim bits of plastic. Not sure how good that is, but we'll give it a go. And then you've got this little compartment with all your fixings that you need. So you can empty them out in here, and it's got this little lid. There's the squiggly boys. So yeah, so it comes with the 4 different styles and the gun itself. So, you know, first impressions on using it on this was really good. So we'll see how it works on much thicker plastic on the bumper. Right, so here's the little clip, and all it does is just slot in to these 2 prongs. Now I do find that they're a bit loose, they'll fall out. So what I've found, if you bend these in just ever so slightly, you can then put it in, and then when you turn it upside down or to that way, it doesn't fall out. It's also got a little light, and I don't know how much use that is. So we get that roughly there. Let's put the first one there. So you place it on where you want it to be, about there, and press the trigger. Let go of the trigger. Now hold on to it for a while. It takes about 2-3 seconds for it to melt. It's really good like that. And then let go. And that is pretty much done. That's really good. What I'll do from the underside is probably with the Dremel, for instance, on the other side, just groove a little channel, and then I know you can get plastic filler guns as well, so probably end up filling these in with a bit of plastic, like I say, kind of make a groove and that. But yeah, that's fantastic. That works out a treat. So let's do it again. So again, get your little clip, just bend the little lugs in as such, so it doesn't want to fall out the gun. There we go. And then that should do about there. There you go. Hold it together. And there you go, that's all sorted. This one could probably go down a bit further. So again, you can just put it... Oh, come on. Put it on the tags, like so. Oh, knocked my camera, don't want to do that. And just press down a bit further. There we go. So that's all done, That's all done. And then get your little clips here. Your little clips, and just cut them off like so. And there you go. Now, careful. There are kind of little sharp lugs that stick up, because if I bring you in a bit closer, you can see these little lugs just stick up a bit. So we'll do a couple more going there, and then we'll go on to the other side. And after a while, it should look a little bit like that. So put a few squiggly boys in, put one that goes across there, and I've even melted one into this edge. I think it's sticking out a bit, but just to kind of hold that up. But that's not going to split anytime soon, so that's really good. Really impressed with it. So next is to sort out that crack, because yeah, that one's really bad. Right, so this one kind of got up against the car, so I can put pressure with my hand over here to help close it up. And then with the other hand, so we're going to put one in here. Let that melt in a bit. Let go. Not advised to touch it, but I've got asbestos hands, so it's okay. Keep hold of it for a few seconds whilst it cools down. And you can see it hasn't quite cooled because it's still wanting to pull it apart. So we'll put a load more in. See if that does the trick. So the next one, we'll put it like that. Like I say, you need to hold on to it, because if this plastic, it just wants to splay out. So hold on to it for a minute or two, probably about a minute, no more. Let it go. Still wanted to pull apart, but the more we put in here, the better it will tighten it up. Obviously we'll put one in here as well. So this one I'm going to put round about there. Like I say, hold on to it, make sure that whilst it quickly cures, let's give it the touch test. That's dry. There we go. So there's still a bit of a gap, but it is a lot better than what it was. So I'll chuck another squiggly boy right about here. Let that cool off, let it go. There we go. Bring you in a bit closer. And then once these are fully cured, just use your little snips and just, but I'm going to put a few more in here. And then try on for these two. Try and definitely repair that. But yeah, definitely worth the 10 odd quid it is for this. Because at the end of the day, I was going to replace this bumper. Oh, it needs a clip in there. I was going to replace this bumper, but a second-hand one for a front bumper, for an MG, you're looking around about £50, 60 quid, probably a bit more. And then you've got to get it paint matched. And if you've got a rare colour, like the Biomorphic green is, then that's just more cost. So at least with this, I've saved myself a bit of money. And it means that this will be put back on sooner than trying to wait for another bumper and get it painted and all that jazz. So yeah, so I'll chuck a few more in there and then we'll get on to that bit. Right, next stage is this bit. Now this is going to be quite difficult because I need to somehow pull it across and then hold it. So it's a case of try and figure that out. I can use me derriere some way, my body that's knocking the camera. Oh. Might not be able to record this one, folks, but because I need 3 pairs of hands and I need to be where the camera is. So back in a sec. So there we go. So I needed my hands and my body and where the camera was in order to... Now there is a slight bit of a gap, but I'm not too bothered about that because, like I say, I'll probably go in from the top as well. And also I'll probably put a strengthening plate or something here, because you won't notice it, and just kind of cut these tabs off. Also done that piece. Again, it's not pretty, but it means that the bumper can be bolted back on and it won't look horrendous. Like I say, the split there, I'll end up grooving a channel and then backfilling it with a bit of plastic and then sanding it. But yeah, so onto this one. So you can see it's been torn and doesn't look that pretty. So I'll probably end up having to use the old snips, just snip a bit off and try and fit it in. So if we go, let's just quickly snip it off, and so we want it to fit into there. So we'll trim both edges up and get it plopped in. Right, so there's the piece. I've kind of trimmed it down and it will slot in there very nicely. So the next job is obviously use the heat gun and put some heat into it. So let's set the camera up and get going with that. Right, with anything like this, just be careful of your fingers. Make sure you don't burn them. I'm going to put these clippers under here to act as a bit of a wedge. So when I press down, it should, he says, put them under there like that. And what we'll do is we'll probably, how should we do this? Let's do one this way. And we'll do one over here. Any excess we can always cut off, so that's no problem. And it is still rather hot. Push that in there like that. And that's it. That's that bit done. So let that cool off and then trim off these tags. So I'll show you the repair on the underneath. So remember we did that one across there. This is underneath. So as you can see, there's a bit of a fracture there. But like I say, what I do is just chisel out a groove along here, and then I'll backfill this with some plastic, and then sand it down. There's a bit of a scrape here on the arch. Also need to get some plastic and repair these. These are not too bad because where they bolt in underneath to the front panel, you won't really see them, so it tends to pinch there. It just stops it from being pulled forward. But yeah, so that'll be okay. Like I say, the main important bit now is obviously that piece there, because it's non-existent. And there you go, there's the other repair. So the split is about from there, goes all along, but it's actually holding it all together now. So get your clips and you just cut these off. And there we go. Now, it is worth mentioning, these clips, don't cut them flush. They will stick out a little bit, so just bear in mind that of that. And then with this one, just trim there, and then trim there. Also, when you cut these, they go absolutely flying. So be careful of your eyes, folks. Don't want you to get blinded. So wear safety goggles if needs be, or in my case, safety squints. And there we go. And that's how you repair your plastic bumper without having to replace it. So yeah, save yourself a bit of money. Buy yourself a £10 plastic welding gun. It's been an absolute fantastic little tool. I'd recommend it to anyone. You can use it on all sorts of types of plastics. Just remember that it does burn into plastic and melt it, so there is toxic fumes that you have to be careful of. You don't want to go huffing on them, because you'll be high as a kite. So yeah, get one. It's definitely saved me quite a bit of money. Well, I figured out by doing these repairs, it's saved me probably close to over £100, if not more. So definitely worth it if you're contemplating on replacing a damaged bumper. So there we go, folks, all done. Like I say, it will need a little bit of fettling, a bit of cleaning and a bit of finessing, but it's done. So that can now be kind of prepped and then put back on the car. Now, in regards to other parts, so I've bought a brand new wing, near side wing, which is the passenger side, off eBay. It was for a very good price, about £60. So that's currently in the back garden. I've sanded it down, given it a coat of zinc primer, and now it's just a case of layering up a couple of coats of primer, sand that down, and then get the paint mix. Luckily, my local auto factors can get me or mix me up this paint code, so we'll give that a go. So yeah, like I say, we'll get that wing on. I was going to put it on as is and then paint it on the car, but whilst it's off, I might as well paint it whilst it's off the car. Just makes life easier. Just have to be careful when I come to put the wing on that I don't bend it, scratch it or dent it. So that'll be fun. So if you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It's up to you. Like, share, subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram, X and Twitter. No, X is Twitter. Also TikTok. But until then, folks, that's it for this video. So have a good one, and always remember, Daddy Bye.